स्वस्ति हस्तिगिरिमस्तशेखरः सन्तनोतु मयि सन्ततं हरिः निस्समाभ्यधिकम् अभ्यदत्त यं देवम् औपनिषदि सरस्वती सनातनतमः कपिलः कपिरव्ययः स्वस्तिनः स्वस्तिकृत् स्वस्ति स्वस्तिभुक् स्वस्ति दक्षिणः स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य कलः प्रसीदताम् ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजताम् अधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मदिरपि अहेतुकी. Wish you all a very, very, very happy New Year. Happy New Year. Possibly this is the most often repeated greeting, and when every year dawns, we greet Happy New Year, most often casually, many times mechanically. We greet without thinking. We forward New Year messages without feeling. And after several forwards, the Happy New Year wish is forgotten. It is very important to remember that time does not seek our permission to move. Today the calendar is turned, the calendar is changed. But let's all gently ask ourselves, has anything truly changed inside us? The sun rose yesterday. The sun rose today. It will rise tomorrow too. It is up to us to decide whether we will rise with it. Therefore, New Year is for the outside world. This morning, it is not about the New Year which is outside. It is about a new state of mind. A new state of mind that is fully alive. A new state of mind that is crystal clear. A new state of mind that is aligned with what is right. A new state of mind which is bright and right. Our Shastras do not teach us to wish and greet casually. Our Shastras teach us to pray and bless consciously, so that with every wish, with every greeting, we prepare our inside, we prepare our state of mind that meets with life in such a way that day after day we are prepared to meet life with vigor, with vibrance, with vitality. Therefore, our rishis teach us Swasti. The Vedas declare Swasti, Swasti, Swasti. Swasti is not just a greeting. It is not wishing good luck. It is not just wishing happy times. Swasti means may your life be tuned to your dharma, your nature. Swasti means may life's pain not come in the way of your purpose, your dharma of life. Swasti means may your mind, may your consciousness rest in Krishna, the ultimate dharma. Yeche Vedavido Vipraha, Yecha Adhyatmavido Janaha, Te Vadanti Mahatmanam, Krishnam Dharmam Sanatanam. Swasti is that profound declaration, profound wish, profound greeting for holistic, all-round well-being. Now, how do we cultivate the best practice of not just greeting, not just making a wish? How do we cultivate the best practice of sincerely, consciously praying and blessing? We need to obviously go back to the lived lives of great bhaktas, because it is through these bhaktas, through these Parama Bhagavatas, that we can actually learn how do we offer swasti. We have assembled here to discuss the topic swasti, swasti, swasti. Some of you may wonder, why 3 swastis and why not 2 or 1? We will learn from 3 bhaktas how to offer swasti. Those of you who would have followed my 3 invocation shlokas, the 3 bhaktas would have been apparent. Who are the 3 bhaktas we are going to learn from today to offer swasti? Bhishmacharya, Bhakta Prahalada, and the illustrious Kuresha. Let us first travel all the way back to Dwapara Yuga. Let us go back to that field of dharma, dharma kshetre, kurukshetre, where Bhishmacharya, the illustrious bhakta, weaved a beautiful garland, not just an ordinary garland, a garland of 1,000 precious gems, Vishnu Sahasranama. And through Bhishma, let us learn the first swasti that we can offer. In the Vishnu Sahasranama, which we chanted today, possibly when you chanted, I am not sure whether you noticed, observed, reflected upon, but there is this beautiful shloka. Sanatanatama kapila kapiravyyaha. Swastida, swastikrit, swasti, swasti bhuk, swasti dakshinaha. Swasti. Su plus asti is equal to swasti. Su, the word, it's a beautiful word, stands for everything that is good, everything that is auspicious. So therefore, Su in swasti is all-round well-being, goodness, auspiciousness. Asti, be it so, it is, So therefore, Swasti by itself is possibly the most profound benediction, the most profound greeting. Bhishmacharya declares, Swastidah, Swasti Krit, Swasti, Swasti Bhuk, Swasti Dakshinaha. Bhagavan Narayana is Swastidaha, he says. Swastidaha, the one who gives Swasti, the giver of Swasti, the giver of auspiciousness. Therefore, he is Swastidaha. He is not only the giver of auspiciousness, he is Swastikrit. He is the one who does everything that is good. Whatever Bhagavan does, by definition, has to be good. It is only us we keep questioning him. We don't question our rights and wrongs, but with all alacrity, we definitely question Krishna. Sometimes we say, Krishna, what you have done is wrong. We are very clear about it. But it is very important to know that whatever he does, irrespective of our judgment, has to be good. He is Swastikrit. It is he who magically transforms our ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes. We think we achieve extraordinary things, not really knowing that there is Krishna magic happening all the time. Our ordinary efforts are translated into auspicious outcomes. Now, sometimes we may think the outcome is not extraordinary. We may think it is not even ordinary. But every outcome is an auspicious outcome. Why? Because every outcome is good for us, irrespective of whether we label it as good or bad. He is Swastikrit. One who transforms, one who does good. What is the good that he does? He ensures that all the outcomes of our actions are auspicious. Swastidah, Swastikrit. Bhishma says, hey Bhagavan, you are Swasti. You are auspiciousness personified. This is the beauty. Bhagavan not only gives auspiciousness, he is the very embodiment of auspiciousness. Swasti, Swasti Bhuk, the one who protects auspiciousness, the one who ensures that auspiciousness, sacredness, goodness is protected. And he does everything in order to protect auspiciousness. When we say Bhagavan is the Rakshaka, his Rakshakatva essentially is that protection of auspiciousness. Therefore, he is Swasti Bhuk, Swasti Dakshinaha. Bhagavan knows, and especially in Kali Yuga, only bribes talk. Everybody is looking for Dakshina. So he knows that the only way that we will ever turn towards him is if he keeps giving us Dakshina. He is Swasti Dakshina. And he keeps also ensuring that we notice these Dakshinas. Some of us many times don't notice it, but once in a while we notice. Why is Swasti Dakshina? Swasti Dakshina is because he is the giver of gifts. He is constantly giving, profusely giving gifts. So it is very important to know that our ability is a great gift. Our ability is a great gift. If our ability is a great gift, To realize that we have an ability is a greater gift. To realize that we have an ability is a greater gift. To realize that our ability is a gift is even a greater gift. And to realize that our gift, the ability, is meant to obtain the greatest of all gifts. The gift giver is the greatest gift. And to realize that we do not use this gift, the ability, to obstruct receiving the greatest of all gifts. The gift giver himself is possibly greater than the greatest gift. Because Bhagavan is ready to give. The question is, are we ready to receive? We only keep questioning the giver without ever reflecting on the receiver. If only we shifted, turned our attention to the receiver, all ills in our life will get corrected. Because Bhagavan is Swasti Dakshinaha. He is not just willing to give, he is giving. Bhagavan is not saying, I will give you. He is saying, I am giving already. Whether we receive is up to us. So therefore, to recognize that our ability, which is a gift, is meant for ensuring that we don't obstruct receiving. We don't need to use our ability to attain Him. That is okay. But more importantly, if we can use our ability to stop obstructing the receiving, that is the greatest gift. Is Swasti Dakshinaha. Always willing to give everything, and if we are ready, he is willing to give himself. So therefore, Bhishmacharya through Vishnu Sahasranama teaches us how to offer the first swasti. The first swasti. May Bhagavan, who is the very personification of all auspiciousness, give us auspiciousness. May He transform all our actions into auspicious outcomes. May He protect everything that is sacred and good. And may He profusely keep giving, very important, keep giving auspicious gifts. And may He give Himself to us. This is the ultimate swasti that Bhishmacharya teaches us. May we be worthy recipients of receiving the gift of all gifts, the supreme gift, the gift giver, Krishna Himself. Swasti. So out of 3 swastis, you have learned the first swasti from Bhishmacharya. Now, we have to now go to the other great Bhakta, Supreme Bhakta. He is so very special that Bhakti Devi feels that she is blessed to become an adjective for him, because he is the only one who is called Bhakta Prahalada. And Bhakti Devi is very pleased. At least I have been useful to be an adjective to this Bhakta. Bhakta Prahalada. Swasti astu vishvasya kalah prasidatam. Dhyayantu bhutan. Here, Prahalada is making a glorious swasti. Now, before this swasti vacha of Prahalada starts the prayer. beautifully. Prahlada gives us possibly the greatest gift that we can think of. Prahlada gives us something so very precious. Through the prayer, Prahlada gives us Nrasimha Bija Akshara, Nrasimha Bija Mantra. In fact, today's meditation will be on that Bija Akshara, that Bija Mantra. Prahlada declares, visualizing Nrasimha, Prahlada prays, Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya, Namastejas Tejase, Avir Bhava, Avir Bhava, Vajranaka, Vajradhamshra, Karmasayan, Randhaya, Tamo Krasa, Om Swaha. Abhayam, Atmani Bhuishtaha, Om Kshrau, Om Kshrau. Kshrau is the Bija Mantra, the Bija Akshara for Nrasimhavatara. Before the Swasti Vacha, Prahlada prays, because the prerequisite for offering Swasti is inner purification. If we need to pray, not only for us, for others, we need to first be internally purified. If we need to bless, we need to be internally purified. Prahlada knows that. And therefore, before the Swasti Vacha, Prahlada gives a beautiful prayer centered on the Nrasimha Bija Mantra. Prahlada declares, Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. He does Sharanagati to Nrasimha, prostrations to Nrasimha, salutations. Hey Nrasimha, Namastejas Tejase, prostrations to you, who is the Tejas of all Tejas. Prostrations to you, who is the power of all power. Avir Bhava. He does not just say Avir Bhava, he says Avir Bhava. Hey Nrasimha, please be fully, completely manifest, completely appear before me. Now this prayer of Prahlada is so very powerful. It is essentially asking Nrasimha to appear so that we can see him with our eyes. No, here lies the answer to the question. No, can I see him? Yes. When we genuinely seek, like Prahlada, we can see him, we can soak in his beauty. Therefore, he says, Avir Bhava. Not just be present, he says, manifest fully, completely, so that even my mundane eyes, my Mamsa Chakshu, can actually see you. Vajranaka, Vajradhamshra, the one who has thunderbolt-like nails, the one who has thunderbolt-like Vajradhamshra teeth, Karmashaya, Randhaya. May all the demon-like desires be destroyed. Karmashaya, Randhaya, Tamo Krasa. May the darkness of ignorance be dispelled immediately. Abhayam, Atmani Bhuishtaha, Om Kshrau. May you, by being fully manifested, may you being fully present, drive away all my fears. Make me totally fearless. Fearlessness is not just lack of fear. Fearlessness is this recognition of this beautiful presence of Nrasimha. Prahlada teaches a very important lesson here. He says, Karmashayan Randhaya. The moment he said Vajranaka, Vajradhamshra, immediately we may all be thinking, Prahlada is asking for Bhagavan to destroy demons. Yes, He is actually asking to destroy demons, but not the demons that we possibly are thinking. He says, Karmashayan Randhaya Randhaya. He is not asking for destruction of demons somewhere outside. No, the moment the Shastras talk about, Rakshasas, Asuras, we are all thinking, possibly Kata Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Rakshasas used to be there. There are more Rakshasas in Kali Yuga, dressed very well. You all think Rakshasas means two horns, protruding teeth. Prahlada is talking about the destruction of demoniac desires. Karmashayan Randhaya Randhaya. Karmashayan, such a powerful word. Karma Ashayan. He says, destroy not just karma, the very structure, the very foundation. He's talking about vasanas, he's talking about kama, he's talking about samskaras, vritti, kama, karma. The entire structure. Vasanas, samskaras, vritti, kama, karma. Karmashayan, randhaya, randhaya. It is very important to know that when we talk about the demons, we say, when we talk about the demons inside, we may think they are coming from outside to attack us. Even then we start looking everywhere. It is all because of the outside world. Most often we don't realize. These are the demons created by us, our own making. It is our unregulated indulgence which creates these demons. The desires we chase over time turn into demons that chase us. The desires we chase over time turn into demons which continue to chase us forever. That is why he says, Karmashayan. Karmashayan Randhaya Randhaya, he says. And what is important to recognize here is when he says Karmashayan, we have to look at the very structure, the desire structure. In our mind, the desires are layered. There are layer after layers of desires. And every layer is so loud. These desires, these demoniac desires are too loud. Always shouting, yelling. Always promising. And always giving us distress and stress. And they subjugate us with their power, with their force. That is why they are demon-like. Because these desires are multi-layered, always loud. And because of these loud desires, multi-layered, we never get to listen to our deepest desire. What is Prahlada saying here? He's not just saying, remove my desire. He's saying, tear apart these multi-layered desires of mine. They have to be torn apart. Why tear apart? Only when we tear the layers, then the deepest layer can surface. When all the layers of desires which are loud are torn, the deepest desire will surface. That is the reason why he looks at Nrsimha and he says, Vajra Nakha. Nakha, Vajra means thunderbolt, like Nakha, nails. Nails are used to peel. Nails are used to separate. Nails are not used to smash. Nails are not used to destroy. The function of the nails is to peel. Prahlada is asking, peel the layers, the loudest layers, layer by layer, peel them, tear them, so that the deepest desire, what is the deepest desire? My love for Nrsimha. That is the deepest desire. But unfortunately, that is deep inside. We never get to listen to it. We don't even know that we have that love for Bhagavan. We don't even know that love for Bhagavan is there in each and every one of us, because that is our innate nature, to love Him. But that innate nature is shrouded, covered by layers and layers and layers of loud desires, material desires, because of our repeated indulgences, not this life, over several lifetimes. So he says, Vajra Nakha, hey Nrsimha, using your Vajra Nakha, tear apart Karma Shayan, Randhaya. And he also says, Vajra Nakha, Vajra Dhamshtra. Vajra Dhamshtra means Vajra like teeth. There is no need to fear Nrsimha. Vajra like teeth does not mean he is fearsome. In fact, with Vajra like teeth, his smile is so radiant. Prahlada is, when he says Vajra Dhamshtra, why does he say Vajra Dhamshtra? Tamo Grasa Grasa. The tamas has to be destroyed. What is the tamas that Prahlada is saying that needs to be destroyed? No, two things we must understand here. Vajra Nakha, Vajra Dhamshtra. These are not weapons of anger. They are instruments of compassion. Bhagavad, this is the inner purification that Prahlada is asking for. One is disentanglement from the demoniac desires. The second is assimilation of truth. Because of the tamas in us, when we engage with the world, we are constantly consuming the world through our senses and through our mind. We are constantly consuming. Now, what we consume essentially is through the filter of tamas. Because when we consume food, the food has to be digested and teeth does the function. Whatever is ingested has to be broken down. That's when it gets digested and assimilated eventually. Now, when tamas dominates, whatever we consume is essentially through the filter of tamas. Therefore, we are in a perennial state of indigestion, spiritual indigestion, because we are assimilating untruth. Because what we are consuming is not reality. Reality is being consumed through the filter of tamas. Unless this filter of tamas is broken, is shattered, we cannot consume reality as is. So therefore, here Nrsimha, Vajra Dhamshtra, break down whatever I ingest, what I consume from the world, what I consume, the reality, in order for me to assimilate truth, this tamas-like screen filter has to be shattered. Tamo grasa grasa, karmadhaya, randhaya. Tamo grasa grasa, om swaha, he says. This is the inner purification. How beautifully Prahlada constructs this prayer for us. And he says, Abhayam, Abhayam, hey Nrsimha, Abhayam, Abhayam, Atmani Bhuyishta, Om Kshrau, Atmani Bhuyishta. May you be fully present. It is your presence alone that can make me fearless. Make me fearless, essentially, Prahlada is saying, be fully present with me, that will make me fearless. Now, this is the inner purification. So, Prahlada is teaching now that for the second swasti, the prerequisite is inner purification. And with this inner purification, Prahlada makes a giant leap, a beautiful leap. Prahlada says, Swasti astu vishwasya kalah prasidatham. He says, Swasti astu vishwasya. What a leap that Prahlada makes. Prahlada is not saying, Nrsimha, make me happy. He is not saying, make everyone happy. He is saying, make this very fabric of existence auspicious. This is the highest form of benediction. This is the highest form of greeting. Swasti astu vishwasya. He says, and immediately he says, kalah prasidatam. Kalah prasidatam. This is the most striking part of the swasti vacha. Kalaha means everything that is envious and wicked. Kalah prasidatam. May the envy, may the wicked be pacified. Prahlada is not saying, Narasimha, please kill, slay all those who are wicked, destroy all those who are not on the right path. He is after all Bhakta Prahlada. He also is as compassionate as Bhagavan. Therefore he says, Kala Prasidata. May their inner turbulence settle down. He is praying for everyone who is wicked and envious. May their inner turbulence. Who can make this kind of a prayer, we will ask? Only one who has recognized that hatred is nothing but pain that has been unresolved. Only one who has realized that envy and wickedness are nothing but misdirected longing. Only Prahlada, who has realized this, can actually make that kind of swasti. Kalah prasidata. Dhyayantu bhutani shivam mithodya. He says, may all the beings wish for the welfare of each other. He is looking at auspiciousness across the entire existence, and may well-being permeate, and may everyone be constantly contemplating on others' well-being. Put others first, the well-being of others before my own well-being. Manascha bhadram bhajatam adhokshaje. Manascha bhadram. Let my mind rest. Where? Obviously, Prahlada gives us a beautiful answer. Let it lovingly rest. Let it lovingly take refuge in that adhokshaja. Bhagavan has obviously several beautiful namas. One of that beautiful namas which Prahlada uses here in this Svastivacha is adhokshaja. Adhokshaja means one who is not easily available to our senses. He cannot be reduced by our senses. He is immeasurable. But the beauty of the adhokshaja nama, we must understand. And why Prahlada is using adhokshaja here when he is praying to Narasimha? No, the nama adhokshaja is a paradox. The nama adhokshaja is a paradox. Yes, he is immeasurable. He is he cannot be reduced by our senses, no doubt. But what is the paradox of this nama? The paradox of this nama is that Bhagavan cannot be exhausted, but he can be known. Bhagavan is limitless, but he has a form. Bhagavan is Ananta, Desha, Kala, Vastu, Paricheda, Trivida Paricheda Rahita, Ananta, infinite. He is also Aradhya. He also has a beautiful mode of Archamurti. He is Mangala, auspiciousness, but he is not abstract. He has a Divya Mangala Vigraha. This is the paradox that the nama Adhokshaja beautifully captures. He is Anoraniyam Mahato Mahiyam. He is also Sulabha, Sushila. He is infinitely great. He is supremely sweet. You may ask, how is it possible? Because Bhagavan has Aghatita Ghatana Samarthya. And who else demonstrates this other than Narasimha himself? Therefore, he looks at Narasimha and says, you are Adhokshaja, hey Narasimha. Manascha bhadram, he says, Manascha bhadram bhajatad adhokshaje. He says, Aveshyatam no matirapi ahetukim. Aveshyatam no matirapi ahetukim. Aveshyatam, may my mati, my buddhi, my intelligence be totally absorbed in you, hey Bhagavan. Ahaituki, he uses the word. Ahaituki, hetu means cause. Ahaituki means no cause, causeless. I am not absorbed in you, hey Narasimha, because you are protecting me. I am not absorbed in you, He Nrsimha, because you are blessing me with many gifts and rewards. I am absorbed in you, He Nrsimha, because you are the only one worthy of being absorbed in. Therefore, let my intelligence be absorbed constantly in you. May my mind rest in you with all love, He Nrsimha. Therefore, this is the second swasti. The second swasti which Prahlada offers. And what is that swasti? Hey Bhagavan, may this entire, the very fabric of universe become auspicious. May all beings always contemplate on the welfare of each other. May Bhagavan be fully manifested, fully present, and in His presence may He drive away all my fears. May He purify me completely. May my mind be purified. May the darkness of ignorance be dispelled. May all my demoniac desires be destroyed. May the tamas in me be driven away. And may I be immersed in causeless love, constantly immersed in bhakti for Nrsimha. Swasti. First swasti from Bhishmacharya. The second swasti from Bhakta Prahlada. Third swasti we learn from the illustrious Kuresha. Who is this Kuresha? Kuresha is the Prathama Sesha of Adisesha. He is the supreme servant of, if I may use the word, supremest servant. Swami Ramanuja's Prathama Sishya, the illustrious Kuresha, who even sacrificed his eyes for his Acharya. And when Bhagavan was ready to grant vision back to him, he had only one ask. I am ready to get the vision back, but I would only like to see my Acharya and nothing else. Such was Kuresha's Acharya Bhakti. So great Bhakta, Kuresha. And it is Kuresha who was instrumental in many ways in the magnum opus of Swami Ramanuja's Sri Bhashya, the commentary to Brahma Sutras. And what do we learn from Kuresha? How to offer swasti. Now, in his Varadaraja Stavam, he beautifully offers swasti. Swasti hastigiri mastashekaraha santanotumai santatam harihi nissamabhyadikam abhyadatta yam devam upanishadim saraswati. What a glorious prayer. Just the chant of the swasti is enough for auspiciousness to flow all through our veins, through our nerves, through our every cell. Swasti hastigiri mastashekaraha. Hastigiri mastashekara. Who is this Hastigiri Mastashekara? Devaraja, Varadaraja, Rajadiraja of Kanchi. He is the Hastigiri. Hastigiri means the hill in the Kanchi. Gajendra Moksha Stala. Hasti is also elephant. We saw in Gajendra Moksha, we must go back and remind ourselves. Happened twice. So this, the second is down south in the Kanchi. He is Hastigiri Mastashekara, the crown jewel of Hastigiri. Swasti. So this swasti is auspiciousness, but Bhagavan is also swasti. Bhishmacharya, that's why he says swastidaha swastikrit swasti. Now, swasti also stands for not only Bhagavan, swasti also stands for Shri. Our Shastras also use swasti instead of Shri. They are synonymous. Shri is swasti, swasti is Shri. Swasti is also Hari. Therefore, swasti is Shri Hari. Swasti hastigiri mastashekaraha santanotumai santatam harihi. The ask in the Swasti Vacha is so very beautiful. Now, who is Hastigiri Mastashekara? Yam Devam Aupanishadim Saraswati. Aupanishadim Saraswati. The Vedas, the Vedanta declare who is that Parabrahman. That Parabrahman, that Narayana is none other than Varadaraja, Devaraja, Hastigiri Mastashekara in Kanchi. One need not worry about going to Vaikuntha to have darshana of Vaikunthanatha. Puresha is saying, Varadaraja, giver of boons. He is ready to give any boon. He is waiting, standing there, not even sitting. He is standing all the time, waiting for us. We don't need to go all the way to Vaikuntha to have his darshana. Hastigiri Mastashekara is waiting for us. He is Yam Devam Aupanishadim Saraswati, the one who is glorified as Parabrahman in the Vedas, in the Vedanta, in all the Shastras. He is there in Kanchi as Varadaraja, Devaraja. Therefore, that Devaraja, Swasti Hastigiri Mastashekaraha, Santanotumai Santatam Harihi, Santanotumai Santatam Harihi. May that Varadaraja, may that Bhagavan be constantly be present in my Santanotu Santatam. What Kuresha is asking for in the Swasti Vacha is what we can call as Dhruva Smriti. This is what we all seek. This is where we fail. Dhruva Smriti, constant remembrance. This is what the Shastras say. What is ultimately, what is bhakti? The means to mukti. The answer is Dhruva Smriti. Tailadharavat avicchinnamatra santana roopam. Upasana, bhakti is Tailadharavat avichinna santana roopam. Essentially, it's like pouring oil. It flows smoothly, doesn't splash, there's no splashing. If you pour water, water splashes. Oil doesn't splash. Smooth flow. So Tailadharavat, the remembrance must be like Tailadhara. No splashes. Just constant remembrance connected with Bhagavan. Kuresha is asking for that swasti. He is saying, may my mind be constantly immersed without any interruption whatsoever. Ultimately, Kuresha is not saying, hey Bhagavan, may I remember you. Very important to note this point. He says, may you establish yourself in me. Santanotumai santatam harihi. Hey Sri Hari, I cannot keep remembering you. Therefore, you better establish yourself within me. Hey Bhagavan, I will fail if I try to hold you. Therefore, you please hold me constantly. This is the beautiful swasti that Kuresha is teaching. So therefore, when we struggle to remember him constantly, we must not repeatedly question how much more effort I will put to remember him. Because that will only result in more failures. So instead of asking, I should be strong enough to hold you, you must just say, you continue to hold me. This is what Kuresha is teaching. This is the third swasti. Beautiful swasti. This swasti is what we learn from Kuresha, swasti. Hey Bhagavan, may you be constantly present in my mind. Occupy my mind totally. Because if the mind is not occupied by something good, there will only be garbage left in the mind. So therefore, he is not saying just occupy my mind, occupy it fully. Let there be no room, let there be no need even for a trash can. When we are doing sadhana, we definitely need a trash can in the mind. Because why? We collect all the garbage and at least we need to place it somewhere before it can be thrown out. First we have to clean, collect the garbage, just like how we do in the house. We have to do the same in the mind. Garbage is there, but unfortunately, unlike in the house, Just imagine if you keep the door and the window open, you keep cleaning, and from outside people are constantly throwing garbage inside. You keep cleaning, garbage is being thrown. And somebody is also receiving it. Please throw more, throw more, throw more, throw more. You keep cleaning. When will you ever have a clean house? So that's what is happening to our mind. So what we do, first we have to stop from outside, but then there is still garbage which we have collected very diligently, very dutifully, not in this lifetime, for several lifetimes. So we need a garbage can inside in which all the garbage can be put eventually. Now Kuresha is saying, not even the garbage can should be needed. You fill my mind so much. That is the purification that is seeking. That is the swasti here. Santanotumai santatam harihi swasti hastigiri mastashekaraha santanotumai santatam harihi nissamabhyatikam abhyadatta yam devam aupanishadim saraswati. This is the third swasti. Swasti that we learned from Bhishmacharya. Swasti that we learned from Prahlada. Swasti that we learned from Kuresha. Swasti, swasti, swasti. The topic is 3 swastis. Picture abhi kafi baki hai. I'm going to give you a bonus swasti. I did not say swasti, 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 because the Vedas only declare 3 swastis. Swasti, swasti, swasti. So we've learned 3 swastis. Therefore we now know, we've realized that our New Year greeting cannot just be another casual wish, cannot be an empty greeting. It has to be swasti. It has to be swasti. It has to be swasti. Now, what is the bonus swasti? I hope all of you want the bonus swasti.
Yes.
The bonus swasti is not a greeting. The bonus swasti is not a wish. The bonus swasti is a framework that we can apply every day in our lives. This bonus swasti is a framework that we can apply 365 days of the year. Now, what is a year? What is a calendar year? Is it 365 days? Is it 12 months? Is a year just another number on the calendar? It is important to realize that for each and every one of us, a year is nothing but a container of experiences. Some lived, some unfolding, some awaited in the future. Every experience, whether it happened in the past, or whether it is happening now, or whether it is anticipated in the future, every experience falls in one of the 4 quadrants of a 4-quadrant matrix. Now, those of you who have a piece of pen and paper, you can even draw the quadrant. You must visualize a 4-quadrant matrix which is formed with the intersection of 2 lines, a horizontal line and a vertical line. Draw a horizontal line, x-axis. Horizontal line is x-axis, vertical line is a y-axis. Now we get 4 quadrants. This is a matrix, standard matrix, right? Now the x-axis represents time. The y-axis represents experiences. Now we are trying to look at life as a container of our experiences. Now just visualize the x-axis, which is running from left to right. The x-axis, the horizontal line, divides time primarily into 2 parts. That which has happened, that which is about to happen. Old, new, past and future. This is the x-axis. The y-axis, the vertical line, which represents experiences, which divides the experiences into 2 parts, positive, negative, happiness, unhappiness. So now you visualize the four quadrants. You visualize the four quadrants with the intersection of these two lines. Q1, which is bottom left, old, unhappy. Q2, top left, old, happy. Q3, top right, new, happy. Q4, bottom right, new, unhappy. This essentially represents life, the year ahead. Now Q1, old quadrant, Q1, which is old and unhappy. This quadrant is nothing but emotional residue. The experiences in this quadrant happened in the past, they have finished in time, but they are not yet finished in our mind. Disappointments, disgruntlements, things that did not work, failures, relationship issues, everything that happened unwanted in the past, old and unhappy. Now, if we are not conscious, this quadrant will slip into this new year. If you are not conscious, this is Q1. Q2, which is top left. Q2, which is old, unhappy. This is the quadrant of grace. Our successes, our victories in the past, things that worked, moments of happiness, moments when we received help, journeys that expanded our hearts and our minds. Everything that is sweet, memorable, falls in this quarter. This is a quarter for grace. Quadrant 3, which is new and happy. This is what we are seeking. This is the future that we all want. Our goals, our aspirations, our dreams, all this fall in this quadrant. The experiences that we want to unfold, which are desirable to us, which we seek. This is the quadrant that we seek. Q4, new and unhappy. This is the quadrant that is undesirable, unwanted. These are the experiences that we do not want but are unavoidable. Because there are so many things that we cannot control. The experiences that we are going to have, which we need, which we will face, situations, unexpected, disruptions, challenges, all kinds of obstacles that are not planned. In fact, this quadrant is a very busy quadrant. So these are the four quadrants. Now, how do we enter this year? And how do we deal with these four quadrants is the question. And the answer again is SVASTI. And what is this SVASTI? I said this SVASTI is a framework. So let's take the first quadrant, Q1, which is old and unhappy. What is old and unhappy? How do we deal with what is old and unhappy? Samshodhana. Purification. How do I deal with what is old and unhappy? Essentially, detox, detach. And the supreme cure for this is Krishna Aushadha. May Krishna Aushadha free us from the shackles of our old bondage. So the first formula is Samshodhana. This is the first formula of the framework, Samshodhana, to deal with what is old and unhappy. Now Q2, how do I deal with what is old and happy? What is old and unhappy is welcome. How do I deal with it? Vandana, honor. Honor what is old and happy. Be grateful for Krishna's bountiful blessings. Q3, what is new and happy? This is what we seek. This is what we want. This is the new experiences, our goals, our aspirations. Now, seeking, aspiring alone is not enough. We need practice, abhyasa. How do I deal with this third quadrant? Abhyasa. How do I do abhyasa? The only way I do abhyasa is I do Krishna's work. Krishna will take care of my success. That is abhyasa. Abhyasa is I do Krishna's work, Krishna will take care of my success. This is Q3. Q4. What is new and unhappy? Undesirable but unavoidable. How do I deal with the undesirable, unavoidable? Sahishnuta. Sahishnuta. Endure. Very important to constantly remember. Krishna never promises a stormless sea. He provides us an unsinkable boat. Let us always keep reminding ourselves. He never promises a stormless sea. Samsara is filled with storms. But what we need is an unsinkable boat. This is what Krishna gives. Sahishnuta. This is the way I deal with what is new and unhappy. So, we have 4 formulas now, a part of the framework. Samshodhana, yes. Vandana, V. Abhyasa, A. Sahishnuta, yes. Swas. Still the framework is not complete. Now, how do I do all of this? Samshodhana, Vandana, Abhyasa, Sahishnuta. How can I do this? Only when I have Tattva-nishtha. When I am rooted in Tattva. Tattva is reality. When my mind and when my consciousness rests in the reality, and reality is Krishna. As we have seen from the Swasti of Bhishma, of Prahalada, of Kuresha, when our mind, our consciousness rests completely, lovingly, taking complete refuge of Krishna, that is Tattva-nishtha. So, with Tattva-nishtha, I do Samshodhana, Vandana, Abhyasa, Sahishnuta, SVAST. Still, framework is not complete. Samshodhana, Vandana, Abhyasa, Sahishnuta, Tattva-nishtha, iti. This is it. Swasti. 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 Jai Sri Krishna.